Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And you know, I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. So, we're going to use the ancient wisdom of astrology today to talk about the new moon. So, let's do this, sisters. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a recording. So, hello to all of the G Hive. G stands for goddess. So, for all the sisters here in the G Hive, welcome to all of the sisters, hashtag replay sisters, which is everybody. And to all of the new sisters, I'm so happy that you all are here. You know, I'm all about women's empowerment. And so I wanted to come on and talk about the new moon in Pisces today because I want to share a gift with you all. Typically, the new moon video is the one that I will put inside of my retreat. I decided not to have my retreat this time. Tomorrow is my birthday. And so I just needed time off. I just didn't even have it. So I thought, oh, I just love this video so much. It's my birthday. I'm going to go on ahead and give it away as a gift. My way of letting the universe know just so much gratitude for having a, um, a wonderful 53, um, age 53. And I'm looking forward to having a wonderful age 54. And I love this moon so much, especially since I'm a Pisces sun sign. I love this moon so much. And I love this moon so much because this 2024 Pisces new moon is giving. It's giving. So I want to say I'm going to lightly touch on the meaning of this because I went over the meaning of the new moon on last Wednesday. I'll do my best to see if I can go and just snip out the part where I talked about the moon, but I will go over what I talked about on the live stream, and then I'll go through the signs, and then I'll do a reading. If you notice the little ticker at the bottom, you're invited to the Rise into Your Feminine Leadership training. It's March the 15th through the 16th. It's the training I went through that helped me learn how to lead healing, transformational women's circles. As a women's circle facilitator, I am a master trainer, a master facilitator and trainer through this company. It really does work. And it's very transformational for the individual also. You don't need to want to have a business or anything. Just if you want to start creating your own community, you can use this training to do that. But especially if you are a coach or you just feel like you're called to do some type of women's work, this is a great training for you to go through. It's leading up to what is called the How to Lead Circle training, but you get a taste of it in the Rise into Your Feminine Leadership training. So the link to join is in the description box, and I have a code that you can register at no cost. All right. So let me pull up. I kind of like having the screen be more than just a talking head, and I can point at some stuff and share that with you all. So the new moon in Pisces happened today, March 10th, at I think it was 4 something in the morning, 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, Eastern Daylight Time. I don't like the time changes. I want one time. Let me just have one time. But anywho, so yeah, we've already had the new moon today, but we're still in the new moon phase. Today, tomorrow, I would even say today, tomorrow, maybe even into what's tomorrow? Tuesday. Okay. So the new moon energy actually lasts for 2 weeks. And that means that, you know, it's good for you to go on ahead and set some intentions right now. But if you are seeing this video later and you're like, oh my gosh, I have not set the new moon intentions yet, it lasts for 2 weeks. So set some new moon intentions, okay, between now and the full moon, the upcoming full moon, which will be in about 2 weeks. So, it'll be on the 25th actually of March. So this moon is in Pisces. So the new moon is always about planting seeds. And, you know, it's kind of like, what kind of seeds should I plant? That's what I'm going to tell you as we move deeper into this. But you definitely want to set some intentions You can set short term, you can set 6 months, you can set a year. Definitely you can use this moon for manifesting over the next year, all right? So, you can use this new moon. Okay, let me tell you the kind of seeds that you can plant. You can plant healing seeds. And I'm telling you, anyone who needs a healing of any kind, body, mind, spirit, emotions, doesn't matter. If you need a healing, relationships, money, abundance consciousness, if you need a healing within your career, I don't care what you need a healing in. Baby, if you need a healing, this moon is for you. I think that, people minimize the power of, you want to have more in some area of your life. You want more success. I, as a spiritual guide and coach, and I'm initiated into a goddess tradition, and my main goddess is the mother goddess, Yemoja. I can't even begin to express the importance of self care for success. All right. So I just have to tell y'all, the more you want something in your life and it feels like it's denied, Pisces is a good moon to work with. Anything that is about healing, which this moon has so much healing energy in it. We have the North Node conjunct Chiron, and Chiron is asteroid, and it stands for the wounded healer. And there is some new level of healing that we all are able to step into with the North Node, which is like new beginnings in spring. It's connecting with the with Chiron. And so there's a lot of healing energy in this moon. Another thing that I say is about healing is we have Jupiter, which is the planet that rules Pisces. So Jupiter is in Taurus. So we already have the healing energy of Pisces, but Taurus is also healing, especially of the body, all right? Or abundance consciousness, self-worth, self-value. So Jupiter, the planet that is in charge of this moon, is down in this sign that also has to do with self-care, um, like how are you eating, those kinds of things. Your body, definitely you want to just, it's definitely about caring for yourself, right? So do you need a healing around any of those topics, right? Let's see here. So yeah, lots of healing. And also Jupiter is connecting to, I'm counting, Jupiter's connecting to Saturn. Okay, I knew it was connecting to something. So it's just like healing energy on top of healing energy on top of healing energy. The last little bit that I think I want to add in here is that there's also something in this moon that's about healing something from your childhood. It could be a memory that's just like a phantom thought. It could be something that is a wounding to your body, or it's some limiting belief that was given to you, and it's really and truly limiting you in a way where you're just like, I've got to get past this. So all of that can be healed up. And if all you do is set intentions to receive the healing energy, and I want you to add this in there with grace and ease. If that's all you do, that is a winning strategy. But if you know something that needs to be healed up, then definitely set some new moon intentions around that. So this moon is Pisces. Pisces also, Pisces is the subconscious mind. So that healing from the inside out, set new moon intentions around that. The other thing that I want y'all to understand is, even though I'm saying set new moon intentions around all of this, this moon has the potential to make all of what I'm talking about happen, even if you don't write it down. Okay. But you want to be an intentional manifester. And the more you give the universe the direction you want it to send this energy into, then the more it'll feel like, um, you are having a life that is created by your own vision, your own desires, hopes, wishes, dreams for you. Okay. Um, so yeah, this moon also, where was I with Pisces? So subconscious mind healing from the inside out. And also, it's a lot of creative energy. So for people who are creatives, you know, you just have this creative energy, however it is flowing out. Like for me, creativity is actually creating Canva graphics. Also, creativity for me is dancing. I don't necessarily need to be, well, I'll say it this way. No one, you don't necessarily need to feel like you need to be making money from this. But if you are also, but you want this, or maybe you want more creative energy to come into your life, that is something that you can set an intention around. Now, I want to say it's so much creative energy in this that you can use this to manifest whatever you want. And a lot of it will be manifested through doing spiritual things, doing your spiritual practices, you know, using your imagination, and you know, connecting to whatever it is you desire, using the subconscious mind, pictures, sounds, and feelings. So these are it's like your approach to this new moon and how you're going to manifest, or you want to call this energy more into you and it gets seeded in you and starts to grow, bloom, and blossom. Okay, so healing, creativity, spirituality. So this can definitely help you to set up a spiritual practice, just become more spiritual. Some people may be setting off on a new spiritual journey of some sort. I think a lot of miracles can come through. So open yourself up to allowing your manifestations to happen as a result of miracles. But there is a little bit of energy in there of it, and I mentioned this the other day. It's kind of like blind faith, but I want you to have good blind faith. Okay. Um, you know, we don't suspend reason. We have logic for a reason. And so we want to just make sure that whatever we have blind faith in, it's not causing us, it's not, we're not in a cult, and it's not causing us to lose friends and family. People, you know, we're not thinking rationally or whatever. So we want to have good blind faith. But there is a little bit of energy in here, kind of like if you, whatever it is you want to manifest, you gotta lean on the universe. Really gotta lean into and onto the universe. Take inspired action. Okay. Um, but there is this blindness, this fogginess a lot of us can experience over the next year because of this moon. So just know that it's sometimes it's just about, can I see the next step? Okay. As long as you're just taking the very next step you need to take, that will be good enough. If you want to be more connected to your intuition, this is a good moon to set intentions around. Now, the other energy that's in this moon is Scorpio. Scorpio is double Scorpio, actually. So it's Pisces, Scorpio, Scorpio, which is very watery. You know, this is very much about healing and emotions, intuition, different spiritual topics. Scorpio is very much like divination and astrology. So maybe you want to learn how to divine for your own self or take your divination to the next level. Set some new moon intentions around that. I will say one thing about Scorpio is it's a very strategic sign. And so it's important for you to set new moon intentions that help you have a strategy to make progress. So that's something to think about. And also the other thing is, you want a strategy, you want a plan. That's something else that I think you can intuit a plan. Let's say you've just been kind of lost and you're like, okay, I've got to get a plan. I'm going to intuit this thing. I just want the universe to show me what the plan is. So it has the potential for you to intuit the plan. And by the same token, there's something in this new moon that's about, um, there are things that you can't anticipate and you need to be flexible. The Pisces brings in the flexibility, but also there's this energy of Mars being in Aquarius and Mars squaring Uranus that brings in a level of, uh, yeah, I got here, but it didn't happen exactly like I thought it would. Okay. Scorpio does have to do with money. So there's 2 money signs that have been woven into this moon. So Scorpio, and this is, if you know astrology, I'm using degrees to help me to understand the Scorpio part, but also Jupiter in Taurus. So what money goals do you have? It may be You want to make more money. You want to be more responsible with your money. You may want to set new moon intentions around taxes and paying off debt, or setting up, what do you call it? Mm, hold on one second. It'll come to me. Estate planning. You may want to do some estate planning. And so, yeah, those are things to think about and set new moon intentions around. And research. Both of these are research laboratories. So, any of the sciencey sisters out there, great moon to set intentions around. And when I say sciencey, I should say sciencey. And anyone who does research, maybe someone's in a degree program. I know a lot of the ladies who are in PhD programs, or doctorate level programs, they have to do research, or maybe they are doing continuing to do research afterwards. So it may not necessarily be science, but research. And the science part is going into the laboratory, because that's Pisces. So you might be something like that. Now, another thing that I think is, this is a new moon that you're kind of like, I need to be released and liberated from something. This new moon can help you to do that also. So there are some things that I'm saying that I didn't say the other day. I go over a lot of astrology, so I didn't want to go too deep in. Okay, so also you'll see me looking off to the side because I have notes. Saturn can help you come. You can use this new moon to come up with a plan. You can use it to help you to have discipline. You can have spiritual discipline, creative discipline. Also, Saturn may help you. This new moon can help you to release some karma or rectify something karmic out there. So set new moon intentions around that. Now it's Pisces, so that brings in a lot of compassion. I just think that, having more self-compassion is a very good place for a lot of us to start. But where can you have more compassion for other people also? And the thing that I want y'all to know is, in this new moon, you can think about, how did I write this? There's a lot that can happen for you in terms of abundance, and there will be some opportunity or some type of support that comes through, but you'll have to take some action. This is a moon that has a mix of intuitive energy and following spirit, and manifesting from the inside out. And then there's another part of this moon that has the energy of, um I just got to do it. And I'll even say, because of that scorpionic energy being in there, it does bring in an element of Mars. So again, it kind of brings in this energy of having courage. It's like courage to do things that's going to take you in a new direction, but it's all new. So it's like, can I do this or not? I don't know. Okay. Oh, well, another thing that I thought about too, because of this Uranus and this Mars, is that maybe, just maybe, technology is very important. It's like, how can you use technology to help you manifest? A simple one that I think would be so easy to believe, and based on the astrology, is podcasting. You know, do you need to listen to a podcast to help you align more, or stay aligned, or stay focused? Or do you need to create a podcast because you have a message that you want to get out? If you're writing, how can we ethically use AI to help us in our writing? I write stuff, just from my brain. And then sometimes, well, a lot of times I'll put it in Chat GPT, and it'll spit something out, and I'll just take what sounds good and leave the rest, right? How can we ethically use technology? Maybe it's something like, some technology that you actually can hold in your hand. It doesn't all the time have to be this digital technology, but those are the kinds of things that I want y'all to think about. Technology, use of technology, it has a stellium. So it is very powerful, and it will bring, I think it's one of the most important moons. I'm just being 100 of the year. Okay. I think it's one of the most important moons of the year. I don't know. Well, I hope that y'all can hear me. I think I'm still on. My internet looks like it's tripping, honey. Okay. I'm going to take this out for a minute and see if that helps. Okay. So, what I want to do next is to go over um, the astrology. And just one moment. All righty. So we are going to go through the signs, and here's my little cheat sheet. Um, we're going to start off with Aries. So, Aries, this is happening for you in your 12th house. And let me just get my little self set up here. Okay. So, Aries, this is happening for you in your 12th house. So, of all the signs, I would actually say for all of the fire signs, this moon is definitely one where if you need some sort of healing, I don't care what kind of healing it is, uh, or if something's not working for you, consider doing some healing work, body, mind, spirit, emotions. These are the kinds of intentions that you want to set. So for all of the Aries, this is, one thing that I also want to say for Aries, this is a moon that you might want to set intentions for getting away, taking time off, relaxing, laying low, those kinds of things, because that is something that um, Pisces is also known for. If you want to work with your ancestors, I think this would be a great moon for you to set new moon intentions around ancestral topics, especially, sometimes I hear people talk about generational healing. So it might be something in the vein like that. Okay. So hmm, if you were to just listen to again what I said in the beginning, everything that I said is largely what I want you to focus on. One last thing I will say, Aries, is this moon definitely, because it's so much energy in this moon, will make you feel like you just want to get away. Aries, actually, people don't understand, Aries are not super social. So this moon can make you just become super introverted, but it's because you're doing more internal work, or maybe you're going to be doing the studying and researching, some spiritual work. It's just some healing you need to get done. So, yeah, I think it's going to really set quite a bit up for you in that regard. Next is Taurus. So, for Taurus, this moon is happening for you in the 11th house. So I love this for you, Taurus, because you may want to be more profitable. You just went through the nodes of the moon being the north node being in your sign, and you're on a whole new beginning. You have a lot of new things happening for you. New moon, moon, rising, ascendant sign, doesn't matter. Moon, sun, or ascendant. Taurus, this applies to you. So you're supposed to be headed in a new direction. And so this new moon is all about new goals, new direction, new focus. It may be something new in terms of relationships, in terms, especially the groups that you hang out with. It could be some new, it's like you have a shared interest with these people, and this moon is helping you to just really become a part of that community, to create that community. If that's something that you want, Taurus, definitely this is the moon where you could be up leveling, you could be making good money from your career. So set new moon intentions around that. And let's see, is there anything else I want to talk about? This also could help if there are any Tauruses out there, maybe who are activists of some sort. I can imagine maybe it would be around earth activism or something like that, nature, planet Earth, Pachamama, that kind of thing. This could be a new moon that can help you be able to really get that kind of activism off the ground, or whatever your style of activism is, Taurus. Get it off the ground, moving even more. It could become a primary focus. And I think that you can make a lot of progress. So, yeah, we may see some of the Tauruses being very uh, doing a lot of activism. Lastly, I will say that it is good for when I talked about maybe you want to use technology to help you, it's very good for that also, Taurus. Okay, so for Gemini, this is interesting. This new moon is happening in your 10th house. Wow, Gemini. Geminis are going in a whole new direction. Like ever since y'all had the eclipses in your sign, it's just been really interesting watching the Geminis. And Gemini sometimes can be sort of laid back, easygoing in terms of just like Gemini is like, we're not trying to be all serious. It's a very witty sign. So a lot of y'all are like, let's laugh. Like y'all stop being so serious, right? But I've noticed the Geminians have been a little bit focused and like we know we like to do a lot of things at one time, but baby, we're going to get some stuff done up in this piece. Okay. So I just think that Gemini, you and your career are going to be taking off in a way that you're just going to be like, wow, this is amazing. Look at me. I'm sitting on top of the world. This can bring a lot of change around career, what you're known for. Even some of the Geminis may get married. Um, or some of the Geminis may get a divorce because it does for women have to do with your marital status also. So, you want to go in a new direction, Gemini. This is the moon for you. And I do think that it does bring in a lot of creative energy because your planet today is or with the new moon is in Aries. It can bring in this energy of innovation. So it might be something you're just really innovating and inventive or something like that. So I'm super excited for the Geminis, but it also could be something new around family, but especially parental care for those of you who that applies to. Okay. Next is going to be Cancer. Hello, Cancerians. For Cancerians, the moon is always so important. Whatever's going on with the moon is a big deal for y'all. So take advantage of this moon. I love that this moon is in a water sign. So it will help Cancerians manifest even more. Lots of opportunities will be coming your way. For Cancer, Pisces is the ninth house. So I think for any Cancerians who've kind of felt like, I don't know what the heck I need to do. What direction is my life going in? What is my life purpose? I think this new moon can help you to figure that out and get some more, structure around it where you feel like like you have a maybe not tangible is the word, but you can conceive of the plan. You can write it down. You can get it on paper. This moon is also about opening yourself up to growth and expansion, becoming a new person, seeing things in a new way, and having a new philosophy, a new paradigm. Some of y'all will find like a master teacher you want to work with. Some of you may decide it's time for me to step into being a master teacher. And some of you may be, you want to set some new moon intentions around getting a certification, getting a higher level certification or a higher level of education, especially something like going to college, going to grad school, something like that. And foreign travel, if you want to do some traveling, Cancerians, you want to set some new moon intentions around traveling to other cultures. If you want to publish a book, this is a new moon to set those intentions. If you need publicity, especially yeah, if you want good publicity, let me say it that way, because we don't just want publicity. We really want good publicity, right? Uh, it can definitely help you with that. And this is a house that has to do with good fortune. So I think that some of the Cancerians just y'all need to open yourselves up to some good fortune coming through. And it's just kind of like all of a sudden. And oh, yes, forgiveness if you need to forgive someone, oh my gosh, this is an amazing moon for forgiveness and healing in that way. And you want to have a gratitude practice. You want to make that gratitude practice one of your main practices over the next year. It will help you in manifesting whatever it is that you want to manifest. And let me change this now so I don't forget. Okay. So next we're going to Leo. So Leos, for you all, this is happening in the eighth house. And the eighth house is one of those healing houses. When I talked about Scorpio in the beginning of the video, that applied to you. Scorpio is deep healing, deep self care. So this is a new moon that can bring a lot of healing energy for the Leos, deep healing, healing of the wounds. It also is a house that has to do with intimacy and connection. So you can set some new moon intentions around having more of that or improving it, whatever that means to you. It also, again, is one of the money houses. So I would say if there are any Leos that want to pay off debt, this would be a good new moon to set intentions around that, or the estate planning, something around taxes if that applies to you, and getting money from other people. This moon has the ability to bring in earned income, but also for Leos to bring in income that is like a grant, a fellowship, a scholarship, something like that can come through. So this house has to do with crisis. And so, there may be some crisis on the horizon for some of the Leos. Okay. I don't want y'all to be panicking about this. Okay. But one of the things Scorpio knows is that sometimes in crisis, that is when Scorpios actually do the best. You can talk to some people who are scorpionic and they're like, when things are the worst for everybody else, we're doing great. And the reason is because Scorpio is the sign of crisis. And it's like a blessing can come from the crisis. So that's how I want you to see this. If you've got crises going on, this is a new moon. You can set intentions to be that phoenix rising. All right. This is the house of the phoenix rising. Okay, so after that, we have Virgo. Okay, am I changing everything? A Virgo. Okay. So Virgos, this could be a very pivotal new moon for you because this is happening in the seventh house. The seventh house for Virgo has to do with relationships. Is a house that creates changes, and it's changes that involve other people. So it could be you want to set some new moon intentions around different relationships, love relationships, marriage, best friend relationships, coaching relationships, um, mentoring relationships, just any one-to-one business partnerships, different things like that. What relationships do you want to call in, or what new things do you want to call into your relationships? These are the things that you want to think about, Virgo. It also has to do with your relationship to other stuff. Like some people talk about their relationship to food or their relationship to their phone, something like that. So we can look at relationships from any angle with this particular um, new moon for you, Virgo. Now, also it's agreements and contracts. So, do you want to call in some agreements, some contracts? Do you need to renegotiate some agreements? And some of them are your agreement with you. What have you agreed to, Virgo? That maybe you need to come up with a new agreement or renegotiate that agreement. Okay. Legal affairs also set some new moon intentions around that. And oh, yeah, this is all about balance and harmony. So I just want to say to you, Virgo, where do you need to bring in balance and harmony into your life? And you can set some new moon intentions around that. The seventh house can be artsy. So it may be something, artsy that you want to look at, but you definitely can refine a thing because you, Virgo, you can figure out what's wrong and then you can just start tweaking it and making it better. So that's something else that I think, if there's something that needs to be made better and refined, you can set new moon intentions around that. But definitely, this new moon can bring about major new beginnings that involve you and other people. Okay. It could be you're going to go into a partnership, you're going to collaborate in some kind of way, Virgo. Okay, after Virgo comes Libra. And so for Libra, this is happening in your sixth house. I always have to just check and triple check myself. So this has to do with healing also, but this has to do specifically with your health, your health routines, your body. How are you eating? Are you doing your meditation and your yoga? Like all the practical things we often hear people talk about. This is this is what you're focused on, and setting new moon intentions around that. And also having routines. You might want to set up some new moon intentions around that, Libra. And I think this is a new moon that can help you to really focus on some problems and, yeah, like come up with some new solutions for the problems, intuit the plan, and then follow the plan to resolve the problems, because you do have the South Node in your sign right now. And that South Node, I already know, I'm thinking about somebody who's a Libra. It's going through a health challenge as we speak. It can really make you have to focus on your health and wellness, or like what needs to be retooled around your career. How do you need to troubleshoot? Maybe not your career, but just like your place of work. And if you want to call in a new position of some sort or something new with your team, if you have a team, this is the new moon that will help you, Libra. And yeah, just your lifestyle in general, and anything around pets and volunteer work or charitable giving. That's something else that I would be looking into setting intentions around, Libra. Okay, Scorpio. So for you, this is happening in your fifth house. The fifth house is another house that has to do with good fortune. So open yourself up over the next year to good fortune, supporting you in manifesting. Because Scorpio can be a little bit cynical, skeptical. Scorpio don't trust easily. So, you might have to trust a little bit, Scorpio. You might have to trust a little bit when all this good fortune comes your way. Definitely, I talked about the creativity of this moon. It's a lot of creativity in here for Scorpio. So what do you need to be creative? But it's largely, how can you be creative from your own natural way, your gifts, your talents, that kind of thing. So also new moon intentions around your children, hobbies, having fun. If you want to turn your hobby um into a side biz or a full-on business or something like that, set new moon intentions around that, Scorpio. Dating and romance, sex, if you have anything going on, you're like, I want this in those areas. Set some new moon intentions, Scorpio, for yourself. But it's definitely, childhood, healing the childhood, bringing out your child a little bit more. Scorpio can be a little bit intense, a little bit serious. So you might want to just like kind of set some new moon intentions around having a little bit more fun. All right. Uh Scorpio. Okay, next is Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius, this is happening in your fourth house. So you are yet another sign of all the mutable signs that are um this is very pivotal new moon. A lot can change for you with this new moon. So just know this has the ability to change. For instance, it could be your place of living. It could be just something foundational changing. It could be some change within the home. You might get more focused on your home. You might start saying, hey, I want to work from home, or something around the home. Okay. Whatever that means for you, Sagittarius. It also could be you could be one of the ones who are like, I'm going to bring some healing to my family, my lineage, my ancestors, set some new moon intentions around that. It's also about the emotions. So if there's some emotional healing that you need, yeah, you can definitely, or you might just get into like, oh, the more I do this emotional work, I just feel so much better. I'm so much more successful. The whole foundation of your life, you can begin to shift or even reset a little bit with this new moon. So, yeah, that's what I have for the Sagittarius. Okay, Sag, we'll see what's going to happen. Next is Capricorn. So for Capricorn, this is happening in your third house. The third house is the house that be doing the most. So y'all bear with me. Capricorn, you can set new moon intentions in a number of areas. So just pick out whatever is most relevant for you. You can bring healing to your mind, your mindset, affirmations. Maybe you're going to really start using a lot of affirmations to help you with manifestation. This one also has to do with teaching and learning. So maybe you want to teach and learn. It's in short chunks though. So it's more of like learning through workshops, teaching through, just like a short series of sessions or something like that. Yeah. So definitely teaching and learning, writing, communicating of all sorts to include social media. You might want to set some new moon intentions around that. I mentioned for one sign, it's about publishing the book, but for your sign, it's about writing the book, really taking that time to write it or whatever it is. It could be creating any type of content that involves communication. Maybe you want to create a podcast series or a series of blogs, different things like that. Okay. So this also has to do with business and networking. You can set new moon intentions around that, Capricorn. Day-to-day routines, how you are moving and operating, especially within your local community. That could be something that comes forward for you. And it also has to do with other people, relationships, because it's a social house. It would be siblings, cousins, friends, coworkers, neighbors. It's people you are kind of like day-to-day operation, even if not your siblings and cousins are day-to-day, but they were like at some point. So it could, if you want to set some new moon intentions around any of those relationships, do that, as well as taking short trips. It could be for business, it could be for pleasure, but you might, if you want more of them, set new moon intentions about having more, or, maybe you plot out the ones that you're going to make over the next year. Also, I have to say for Capricorn as well as Sagittarius, this new moon, if you need a new car, a new way to, get yourself transported around, set some new moon intentions for that, Sagittarius and Capricorn. Um, Next is Aquarius. So Aquarius, this is happening in your second house. You're one of the signs that if you want to shift your money, your access to resources, feeling resourceful, self-worth, self-value, this is the new moon for you to do that. There's a lot of energy of manifesting, especially prosperity and money and those kinds of things. And also new moon intentions around just your material possessions in general. So you can think about, like, I remember when my second house was very much highlighted, I just looked at some certain things that I had and I was like, I'm done. I'm just gonna get ready to go buy something new, like this little shelf that I got, a desk that I got rid of, and I brought in a shelf. I bought my new little um, desks that can raise up and lower and all of that. I just got really into, I need some new stuff. So some of the Aquariuses might be feeling that way. And also this has to do with how you eat. So you want to set some new moon intentions around eating and diet, self-care for sure. Set some new moon intentions around what do you need to bring in terms of that. And this has to do with storage. So you might set some new moon intentions around purging all this stuff that you have. Or it could be storage, thinking about history, libraries. This also has to do with the second house is antiques, but it's also the house that has to do with hoarding. So, you can figure out what new moon intentions you need to set for any of those if it applies to you. And you can set intentions around history and family. The second house has to do with libraries and collections. So, something around, it could just be like you really get into it. But I do think it could be something ancestral just because of the moon that it is. Okay, last but not least, we have the beautiful Pisces. Woohoo! That's us. Woohoo! Woo, woo, woo. So Pisces, wow, Pisces, you really need to write down some new moon intentions that are good for a year, because this new moon can help the Pisces out a lot. We got a lot going on with Saturn being there. So, Saturn is asking us to, as I used to say, get yourself together. I used to say, well, I need to get myself together. Pisces, Saturn is asking for that. So use this moon to be the wind behind your back so you can get yourself together. But it's like you can literally create a whole new life with this moon. There's so much power and energy in this moon. And it's like, yeah, your energy is there, but it's definitely this energy of you got to make it happen. We want to see it come manifest. So it can help you so much in that way, Pisces. You want your life to go in a new direction, set some new moon intentions, open yourself up for the miracles that Pisces is known for receiving, and do whatever it is. Take that inspired action that the universe gives to you. Now, also, this is a new moon to set intentions around your health and well-being. So definitely do that, Pisces, as well as your appearance. So new beginnings on fleek. My family would be horrified to know I said fleek. I have a little bit of bougie people over here, but that's just how I feel. On fleek. This moon is on fleek for Pisces. So make sure you set those new moon intentions. Oh, God. Okay, so let me do a quick reading. Okay, so let me do a reading. Woo. Okay, I pulled the fire. This is from a Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. Fire, child, creative spark. I will say that the Pisces new moon is it's childlike. It's very childlike. So that makes sense. Okay. I'm getting there. So this has to do with creative spark. And it says that the child of fire is the creative spark, the inner flame that is the essence of inspiration and creation that exists within every living thing. All aspects of her being are ignited with this creative force. So let this child's fiery spirit illuminate your inner spark of creativity that has been waiting since your conception to come full blazing through an expression. The fire child is here to assist you in allowing your deepest creative essence to be inspired and activated by her joyous, all consuming flame. And this is what you need to do. Let your inner creative spark ignite your soul fire that it may blaze forth into your life and bring the fulfillment that you deserve. So I think this is saying it's important for us to just really work with the creative spark of the new moon, but to understand there's a creative spark that's going to come through like amazing and help you to create more of what you want in your life. And, just this childlike approach, having that belief that children have. Children are able to suspend disbelief. Okay. So that's what we want to do. We want to be able to suspend disbelief so we can open ourselves up to being able to manifest whatever it is that we want. So here's another oracle, the African Goddess Rising deck. When I was talking, I can't remember when it was. This one came to mind, Queen Mother Nanny, and she has to do with liberation. And a lot of what Queen Mother Nanny is about also is like getting these downloads, being guided through intuition, that leads you to getting free, but also to staying free. Let me just tell you a little bit about what she says. It says, break free. Your dreams hold the power and keys to your liberation. You are freedom herself. Rise up. And so, um, your dreams, Pisces has to do with dreams. Okay. So sometimes it's like Pisces is dreamy. It's like, I can believe, I can see that kind of thing. And it's like, get real. A lot of times that's the energy that we're dealing with. But she is saying that the things that you dream of for yourself hold the power and keys to your liberation. You deserve to feel free. What do you imagine for yourself? Daring to manifest your dreams is part of personal liberation because you have to become somebody new in order to do it. So that's very important. Find your own personal liberation codes in your soul's unspoken desires. Life is too short to live within someone else's story. Divine blessings and magic are on your side. So that is something else that has been major with, talking about Pisces. Enjoying your freedom fully is the best gift to your ancestors. Wow. Wow. So that's what I have for you all. Happy new moon in Pisces. I wish y'all an amazing new moon. I have on blue, so you can put on your Pisces colors, which I typically put on blue to match the water, but anything to do with the ocean you can think about. If you feel comfortable, just go nude because that's Pisces. Also translucent. Um, do it somewhere where you won't get in trouble for it. I'll say it that way. Anywho, thank you all so much for being here. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up. Also, share it with other people who can benefit from understanding what does this new moon mean and how can I use it to help me have more happiness, joy, success in my life. Send it to that person, right? And yeah, join us March 15th through the 16th in the Rise into Your Feminine Leadership. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I'm here to answer all your questions. I have gone through all the trainings, been a part of this company for 2 years now. I got your back if you have questions. So love y'all all so much. Happy new moon in Pisces. See you.